Today, we will be discussing how to utilize the 20/80 rule to spend time wisely, which can reduce the amount of time spent on certain tasks. We will be providing real-life examples to illustrate this concept. The 20/80 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, is a concept that states roughly 20% of the inputs or efforts generate 80% of the results or outputs. This principle can be applied to various aspects of life, including business, personal productivity, and even social interactions. In this video, I will explain the 20/80 rule in detail, explore its applications, and provide examples of how it can be used to optimize our efforts and achieve our goals more efficiently. To understand the 20/80 rule, we need to look at its origins. The principle is named after Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who observed that 80% of Italy's land was owned by 20% of the population. Pareto later applied this principle to other areas, including economics and sociology, and found that it was a universal phenomenon. Let me explain the 20/80 rule with a real-life story. Imagine a small restaurant that serves a variety of dishes. The owner of the restaurant notices that 20% of the dishes on the menu account for 80% of the sales. These are the most popular dishes, and customers keep ordering them over and over again. The owner of the restaurant realizes that he can save time, effort, and money by focusing on these popular dishes. He can streamline his operations by reducing the number of ingredients he needs to buy and the amount of time he spends preparing and cooking the food. He can also train his staff to specialize in making these dishes, which will improve their efficiency and quality. The owner can also use the 20/80 rule to optimize his marketing efforts. Instead of trying to promote all the dishes on the menu equally, he can focus on the top 20% of the dishes that generate 80% of the revenue. He can create special deals, coupons, and promotions for these dishes to attract more customers. The 20/80 rule can also be applied to personal productivity. In our personal lives, we often have a long list of tasks that need to be completed. The 20/80 rule suggests that 20% of these tasks will account for 80% of the results. By focusing on these important tasks, we can optimize our efforts and achieve our goals more efficiently. For example, let's say a student who has a long list of tasks to complete before an upcoming exam. The student realizes that 20% of the tasks on the list will account for 80% of the exam score. These are the most important tasks, and completing them will have the most significant impact on the student's performance. The student can prioritize these tasks and focus on them first. By completing the most important tasks first, the student can ensure that he or she has enough time and energy to complete the rest of the tasks. This approach can help the student achieve a higher score on the exam and reduce stress and anxiety. The 20/80 rule can also be applied to social interactions. According to the rule, 20% of our interactions with others will account for 80% of our happiness and satisfaction. This means that we should focus on building strong relationships with the people who matter most to us, rather than trying to please everyone. For example, let's say a person has a long list of friends and acquaintances. According to the 20/80 rule, only 20% of these relationships will account for 80% of their happiness and satisfaction. By focusing on building strong relationships with these important people, the person can increase their happiness and fulfillment, rather than spreading themselves too thin by trying to maintain relationships with everyone. In conclusion, the 20/80 rule is a powerful concept that can be applied to various aspects of life. It's important to note that it's not a hard and fast rule. The actual percentages may vary, and there may be cases where the most significant results come from a different percentage of inputs or efforts. The 20/80 rule should be used as a guide, rather than a strict formula. By focusing on the most important inputs or efforts, we can generate the most significant results or outputs. Whether you're running a business, studying for an exam, or managing your time, the 20/80 rule can help you optimize your efforts and achieve your goals more efficiently. I hope you find this information helpful. If you want to grow personally and professionally, click the subscribe and the bell icon, and let's do it together. Thanks for watching.